A lot of those Harlem gangsters, those New York gangsters, were from the Carolinas. We got to talk about that and the influence. And the influence on the game, and the influence on the culture there. You see? We got to tie all of that stuff in, family. That's the real history that they never tie in. That's the real history that they never tie in. We got to tie all of that stuff in, family. We got to tie all of that stuff in. But listen. I don't want to give these other people no credit because, see, they want to give credit for something that foundational black Americans had to sacrifice and fight for. To create hip-hop culture, foundational black Americans sacrificed. Black folks went through the bumps and the bruises and the criticisms and the demonization. Remember, for a long time, they were demonizing black people and hip-hop. Hip-hop was a dirty word. Especially going into the late 70s, early 80s, there was a lot of stuff going on. Hip hop concerts, they were charging people an arm and a leg to insure them. That was falling on black people's backs. When you had independent black hip hop labels, damn near every independent black hip hop label, almost every single one of them got indicted for something. We were going through all the bumps and the bruises in order to make hip-hop culture mainstream. I'm talking about black labels going back to Sugar Hill Records. Sugar Hill Records, remember, they got indicted. They were indicted for some stuff in the 80s and in the mid-2000s. So, yeah, they were going through stuff. Look, Ruthless Records were getting visited. They were getting visited by the FBI. So many black artists, Ice-T, these people were being investigated by the FBI. Our brother Greg Mack, who started the first hip-hop station, our foundational black American brother, Greg Mack, started a station out here in LA, K-Day. He told me the FBI was on their bumper, asking them questions, going up to the station with the BS. You see? Yeah, dude, I'm not even going to go into what's going on in the VMAs tonight, man. I'm not going to even go there, all right? I've seen some, y'all already know. I saw Lil Nas X's outfit. I'm not going to even show it. It was so much... a lot of moist energy on the red carpet tonight. This is what I'm saying. Our culture, hip-hop, it's not only being co-opted by certain tethers and all of it, it's being co-opted by a lot of people. Yeah, Jay Prince, Death Row Records, Murder Inc. So many people being indicted, these independent rap labels. You understand? Black people going through the bumps and bruises of this stuff. But let me tell y'all what the real deal is, why you see them going so hard body with them trying to wrangle this narrative of blacks and Latinos and blacks and others, foundational black Americans and other people creating hip hop. They're trying to wrangle it from us. Why is there such a hostile takeover right now? There's two things that's happening right now. And shout out to my brother Mikhail, who's over there in Africa right now. Next year, family, remember, they put the date of the creation of hip hop for commercial reasons, 1973. They put the date of hip hop. Now, as we know, hip hop was going on before them. It just didn't have a name. There were people who would play break beats. There were people before Herc who would extend the breaks and kind of rhyme over the records. There were people doing that before Herc. You had people like Grandmaster Flowers, Pete DJ Jones. They were extending the breaks and rhyming over the breaks. But many of them were disco DJs, so they catered primarily to a disco crowd. What made Herc stand out, he catered primarily to the Black Spades type of crowd, to the young folks. He's like, I'm just going to play the breaks primarily, not the disco stuff. We're going to play some of these obscure break records. We're just going to focus on that. And that kind of made his thing stand out outside of the disco DJs. The disco DJs would play a little bit of it, but Herc kind of played that thing. So it had nothing to do with Jamaican culture. He just saw what other DJs were doing. And he said, well, that's what the B-boys like breaking to. I just play that. I just play that for the whole night. And then I'm going to soak the labels so don't nobody know what I'm playing. So you got to come to my parties and hear them exclusively. So I give our brother Herc credit for being a master promoter. The way he promoted his parties, that helped formulate hip-hop, had nothing to do with Jamaican culture. All right? He saw what was happening over here and came up with a great marketing thing so that his parties could stand out over the disco DJs. All right? Yes, Angie Stone is from South Carolina, who was in the group The Sequence. Angie Stone, who was in one of the first big female rap groups, The Sequence, she's from South Carolina, and I think she married Lil Rodney C, who was in Funky 4 Plus One More. I think she was married to him. Because Lil, if you look at the movie Wild Style, you'll see a cameo. You'll see Angie Stone. She's in that movie. There's like a little cameo of it. You'll blink and you'll miss it. Yeah? But again, it had nothing to do. Yeah, he found a niche. Kool Herc studied what foundational black Americans were doing. And he said, well, hell, since these guys are focusing on disco, I don't want to be another disco DJ. And when they play these breaks and rhyme over the breaks, the young folks seem to like it. So let me just do that. I do that all night. I just make that my thing. Nothing to do with Caribbean or Jamaica. Nothing to do with it. Yeah? He said, Herc is the father. I'll even give him the godfather. Not the creator. I'll give Herc the godfather of hip hop. I'll give him that. Godfather doesn't make you the creator, though. All right? That's why Herc never really says he created hip hop. Herc never really says that. He'll say, yeah, I'm the godfather. Yeah, I give you that. I give you the godfather. James Brown is the godfather of soul. James Brown did not create soul, but he's the godfather of soul. I give you that. Yeah? But not the creator, though. Yeah? It had nothing to do with Caribbean culture. But let me tell you something. Let's go back to what I'm saying. But this is what's going on here. Next year is going to be the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So family, my brother Mikhail told me, you got people coming from New York, a part of these different organizations, who are going around the world. They're going to Africa, they're going to Europe, and what they're doing, they're getting licensing deals because they're going to start having all of these international anniversary events, okay? So they're getting licensing deals going on all around the world right now, all right? They're getting licensing deals. So you're going to hear a lot about hip hop next year. You're going to see a lot of stuff on TV, a lot of events. So people are getting in front of this thing right now to all lives matter it. You see? Because now the world spotlight is going to be on hip hop next year. Okay? So now they're trying to rustle it away from us. Another thing that's happening, 2024, they're going to start having breakdancing in the Olympics. Okay? In the 2024 Olympics in Paris, they're going to have breakdancing in the Olympics in Paris. So this is really, hip hop is really about to be majorly on the international stage. Let me show y'all this right here. This is the Paris Olympics website. They got breaking. Let me make this smaller. All right? They're going to have breaking right here. So our culture is going to be on the international stage majorly. It's going to be on all over mainstream television all over the world. Breaking is a style of dance that originated in the United States in the 70s. It took form in the lively block parties of the Bronx, emerging from hip-hop culture and characterized by acrobatic movements, stylized footwork, played a key role in DJ and MC master ceremony, international competition, blah, 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 blah. All right. So now they're going to have this stuff in the Olympics, man. They're going to have it in the Olympics. All right? So this thing is going to be super, super mainstream. So they're wrestling it, they're getting in front of it right now. They're already getting in front of it, family. I knew something. What the hell is this? They're going too hard body. They're trying to do a chess move. They're trying to get it away from us So now when people start studying hip hop, they're going to start throwing crazy legs and all of these Latinos out there. Yeah, come to us because we're the experts. Remember, it was blacks and Latinos who created this. So come to us. So now you're going to have people teaching breakdancing. It's about to be hella monetized now. Hip hop is about to make big money right now, guys. Do you understand what I'm saying? This thing is about to be big money being thrown at hip hop. So everybody's trying to get their culture vulture dibs in right now. There's going to be breakdancing classes, hip hop classes all over the place, and everybody's trying to be like, well, come get my class because I'm Latino and I was in the Bronx and my culture helped create hip hop. This is the big ass money grab right now, man. They're getting their dibs in. So y'all, black folks, you better start letting people know who created this thing so that you can get in on it. Especially my black folks from the Bronx. All of my foundational black American folks from the Bronx, y'all better let people know who you are, and we're going to help you with this movie we're doing so that you can get the shine you need so that black people, the real creators, can get some of that money that's going to start coming in. All of the deals that's about to fall through. All of my black old school hip hop artists, y'all better stop that black and Latino bullshit because that's taken away from your money. You better let folks know this is a foundational black American culture. I'm one of the originators. Because y'all do that all lives matter nonsense. You're going to give your money to some of these, to Crazy Legs and the Rocksteady crew who came a generation later of hip hop. You dig? Y'all better get real with this thing. This is a money grab that's about to happen. And again, hip hop is about to be on the international stage and in a major way magnified. Some of the legends need to let themselves be known. Some of these original B-boys, y'all need to be putting together these classes in schools and all of this stuff. Y'all need to be teaching MC classes. Shout out to some of my West Coast brothers like Poppin' Pete and Boogaloo Sam. See, these guys were smart. They let folks know, hey, we created poppin' and all that. That was us. It wasn't no damn black and Latino. It was us. They became experts of it by telling the truth, so they go overseas all the time teaching popping and locking and all of that stuff. That's a smart thing. Shout out to them brothers out here on the West Coast. They knew what the game was. They were like, hey, you want to get some real popping and some real moves, learn it from the people who created it. Y'all better stop that all lives matter nonsense, man, and own up to your FBA culture so that when it's time to reward people for creating a culture, you will be right there as an expert on it. That's what this is about, man. They know that this thing is about to go real, real mainstream. Hip hop is going to be everywhere. This is why they got that museum happening out there, the Hip Hop Museum. They're getting ready. They're setting this stuff up. You know? And that's why we're on top of it too, family. Said Lord Finesse is in Russia teaching hip hop as he should. I love Lord Finesse. Phenomenal, underrated MC. Yes, as he should. That's what I'm talking about, family. All of my hip hop heads, y'all need to be all over the world teaching this stuff. This is why we need to tie in our brothers and sisters who are from the Carolinas to tie you into the history of hip hop because y'all need to be teaching the roots of it too. People need to know who you are. You understand? That's very important. Because people want to, they want to go to the authentic experts. You dig? They want to go to the authentic experts. So you have to establish yourself as an expert and stop that all lives matter stuff. Lock your culture down. You dig? Lock your culture down and make it about you. It is your culture. Pay honor and respect to the culture. You dig? So we got to watch these agendas that's going on out here, man. Come on. This is why the VMAs right now is Bucci Fest right now. I'm not going to even watch it. Just me looking at the red carpet. See, we done sat here and let folks see this. People doing features and duets with all of these weird damn folks, and then you legitimize them, and all of a sudden, see, they'll get somebody certified to do a feature with some weird cat, and then all of a sudden, it's just the weird cat on the red carpet. You see? Somebody said, I'm trying to hate on New York. I'm not trying to hate on New York at all. Not trying to hate on New York at all. I love New York and I'm giving shine to New York. But y'all better stop that all lives matter. I'm giving props to some of the West Coast cats because these dudes, they never all lives matter their moves. They never tried to share. They like, hey, we created this. We created popping. We created locking. No, it wasn't no other people. It was just us. And they were shameless about it, which they should have been. And they reaped the rewards of it. I'm telling you the game. And these brothers, they are some of these early West Coast legends. They're overseas all the time teaching this stuff. They're overseas all the time teaching. You think? Poppin' Pete, Boogaloo Sam, these were the people who literally created poppin' and boogaloo dances to a certain degree from the Bay. You dig? So they're over there overseas teaching this stuff. They're in Paris and all over Asia teaching this stuff. Yeah? Yeah, the stuff you see on TV, man. And you know, I put up a clip earlier. They've always been trying to put weird stuff, especially as it relates to black folks on TV. They've always tried it. There's a clip I put on my social media. I'm going to show y'all this clip. This is a clip from behind the scenes of the Bernie Mac show where they were doing some promotional pictures. They were trying